Hello everybody. Welcome back. Here is yet one of my videos on how to draw things, or why I draw things, or how do I do the drawings that I make. In this one, this is not a scary movie, this is not a horror story, but I will show you two drawings. One of them is going to make your brain, or it's going to make you feel emotions like, what is that? What is this? I'm confused. It's ugly. It's messy. And as one of my students told me, I feel like fixing it. And this is going to be compared to the other drawing. The other drawing is not going to make you feel anything at all. Or maybe just kind of give you a little bit of peace. But it's only because the first one is so messy. But it brings so much attention to itself. You want to look at it, but not really. You're not really enjoying it. So that's what I'm going to be doing today for this drawing. So imagine that we're going to be drawing the eyes in different shapes. For example, in the shape of a fish. And then one of them is going to be bigger than the other. On the other drawing, the two eyes are lower on the face. They are the same size, more or less. And imagine that the pupils, that's the circles inside of your eyes, imagine that one of them is bigger than the other and they are floating within whiteness in your eyes. It makes the person look more surprised. I'm adding eyelashes, but all of the eyelashes, because we all have eyelashes. Everybody has eyelashes. So I'm drawing all of them. Whereas on the drawing on the right, I'm just adding a couple of eyelashes. For the nose, I'm drawing the bridge, nostrils, the little holes, the hair that we have inside of the nose. I'm drawing all of that. And you'll notice it's starting to not look so good. On the other drawing, I'm just drawing a tiny little line to point out that it's the nose. You'll notice that I'm fixing the chin to make it a bit more round and so that it will have less lines. And that's the problem here, that sometimes a lot of lines will bring a lot of attention to your drawing. Sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't want that. On the left side, it's what happens when you're doing that. On the right side, it's what happens when you choose with intention each of your lines. Everybody has eyebrows. In this case, I'm going to draw the eyebrows just with very, very messy lines. You're going to notice on the opposite side, I'm just following the shape of an eyebrow and not adding so many lines. We all tend, especially grown-ups, we tend to have some wrinkles around the mouth. And you'll notice that I did something similar for the lips too, that I drew all the shape of the whole shape of the lips. Same thing for the ears. I'm drawing a lot of lines, a lot of things that we would see normally on people. And the problem is that every single one of these lines brings a lot of attention to itself on a drawing, on a cartoon, which is why it makes a big difference when you're adding all the lines on the left side. And then you're carefully choosing your lines, choosing the best lines that would communicate an image on the right side. So on the right side, you may or may not feel that much about it. You might feel more like it's an okay drawing or it's a pretty drawing. And on the left, you might feel a little bit scared, a little bit disturbed, a little bit confused, or just you're going to laugh a lot. You're going to feel that it's a very silly drawing, and all of those feelings are very, very valid. On the two drawings, notice I'm going to draw the same type of neck, but I think I'm just going to make the one on the left a little bit worse by drawing shoulders that go up as if they were a rainbow or a waterfall, I guess. On the right, shoulders are a little bit more straight. They're going all the way down. And I'm also going to draw some lines on the neck. Just keep that in mind every time you're making a drawing. You have to be able to experiment and figure out if the drawing the lines that you made are communicating the message that you wanted? And are they going to be bringing attention to where you want that attention to be? Notice for the hair, I'm not doing a lot. I'm not even coloring inside of the hair. I just drew the shape of it. That way I can color inside of it with any light or dark color. On the shirt on the left, I had scribbles that went in different directions. On the right side, I'm doing a pattern where I am leaving the same space between each of those lines. Finally, I'm just adding a bow to make it a little bit more pretty. And that's about it, but you can kind of tell that there is a difference. There's a big difference. Now, I'm going to make this drawing stand out even more because I'm tracing it with a pen. And you'll notice every time where you are tracing, you are adding more emphasis, you are adding more attention, bringing more attention to each of those lines that you are drawing. This is one of the most important parts where you have to make sure that you don't mess this part up. You can always erase pencil, but you cannot erase pen. And you see how I went in the same direction for the eyebrows, in a normal or natural direction that the eyebrows go in. I am also adding details inside of the eyes. These are not natural details. They don't really happen in everyday real life eyes. They happen more in cartoons, like in anime. But again, these are just two cartoonish drawings, and I'm showing you the difference. And it's not like the left will always be a bad drawing. You can definitely use a lot of line work and make it better. You can use a lot of line work and make a really good looking drawing. But it all depends on the intentionality that you have with your lines, on where do you want those lines to go. This is a step that you don't always have to do, but I really feel that it's satisfying when you have traced everything with a pen and then you get to erase your pencil lines. That way you don't get to see them anymore and you can just focus on the pen, the ink lines. Well, that is it for today. Thank you for joining me in this video. I will see you next time. Bye bye.